What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I got some new news for you concerning Fast Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn has went on statement to say if Golovkin wants to fight Canelo Alvarez, he has to join Dazn. Now, it's funny how when Canelo signed the $360 million deal, that a lot of the other channels that were really initially against the idea of Dazn, it was funny how they were saying, well, Eddie Hearn, it doesn't have anything to do with Eddie Hearn. That's Golden Boy signing a contract directly to Dazn, and you know what I mean? But like I told people, that does not matter. Eddie Hearn does not have to sign Canelo Alvarez to call shots. You know what I mean? He's shot calling on the Dazn portion because he pretty much runs the boxing side of the platform. Now, Oscar De La Hoya has a piece with his promotional company, but in all, that's the same network. And he's absolutely right. Golovkin, in order for him to fight Canelo Alvarez, and I think it wasn't really him calling shots, but he was more like enforcing the inevitable. The things that's just already set in stone. That's cut and dry. Golovkin, if he wants a rubber match with Canelo Alvarez, he has to sign Dazn, because Canelo, just like Mayweather, because I'm making a video about that. You guys will see that before you see this one. I'm uploading it now, actually. These guys have to sign with Dazn. Mayweather, who's to say Mayweather would want to do that? That's why that fight may or may not happen. But this particular fight with Golovkin, he doesn't have any other options. He said, he has options. He mentioned, I think it's, I forget his name, Murata, I think it is. He was fighting the Japanese fighter, and fighting internationally over there in Japan. But, I'm not really sure. That probably would be his bet. And that's still even if Golovkin even wants to fight Canelo again. I think he's had enough money by this point. He's had 2 fights, that he shouldn't want to chase Canelo for a third fight. You know what I mean? Because it's like, he's not going to get any better than what he's going to be. You know what I mean? He didn't go to the body on any of those fights. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't really able to cut off the ring with Canelo, and it really didn't matter anyway, because Canelo in the second fight went straight towards Golovkin. So that really didn't have anything to do with anything else. You know what I mean? So I think that Eddie Hearn just really saying, just stating the facts. He's not going to get a chance to fight Canelo again unless he signs Dazn. You know what I mean? And on top of that, Eddie Hearn already has the other 2 top middleweights. He has Danny Jacobs, which he's fighting for the IBF, and he has Bubu Andrade, which was fighting for the WBO against Saunders. Now he's fighting another fighter, which, more than likely, he's going to get a crack at that at WBO because Billy Joe Saunders, of course, has vacated that title. So, he has the 2 top middleweights. He doesn't have to worry about anything. You know what I mean? There's nothing that Eddie Hearn, anything that he can't do. Because any way that if Canelo wants to get after those other belts, he's going to have to go through Eddie Hearn. Checkmate. You know what I mean? Checkmate. See, people needed to understand. That's why it was so big that the same platform that Eddie Hearn introduced and other fighters are falling in. Ortiz has just signed. Come on, Canelo's just signed. Anthony Joshua's already there. Bubu Andrade, Danny Jacobs. Dude, may I go on and see basically everyone from Golden Boy is fighting on Dazn, because they're knowing we're gonna get real. We're gonna get this money up front. Now you think David Lemieux will have a problem with getting paid up front? No. He's already a star in his country. He knocks people out. It looks impressive. He's like the David Tua, in Canada. Okay? So he's not going to have any problems with that. Golden Boy's going to fall in line with the rest of Matchroom, and I see what's happening. You know, I see exactly what's happening. And it's beautiful because Eddie, people doubted that dude. You know what I mean? The only thing that I question now is him making the best fights. But it's up to Canelo at the end of the day if he wants to fight those guys to go after those belts, because he is going to fighting another Matchroom fighter with Rocky Philman, right? So he could stay up there again. So I mean, but Golovkin, as far if he wants to get, he either has to abide by the law, or whistle Dixie, or get the hell out of Dodge. That's it. Because that's his only option if he wants to go after Canelo. And honestly, man, he shouldn't want to do that. He shouldn't even want to go after Canelo Alvarez. He did enough the first fight to prove to himself that he is one of the best middleweights in the world, and he escaped barely with a draw. You know what I mean? Let's face it. They didn't have to really, they could have snuck him or stuck it to him the first fight, right? They didn't have to, that fight didn't have to go the way it went. You know what I mean? That could have been another Iris-Landy Lara decision, you know? But no, he wanted some more. He, you know, I want to fight. I want a drama show. You know? Yeah, good boy. I want a good boy. You know what I'm saying? So, no, but Eddie Hearn is absolutely right. And, you know, he's calling shots because he has all the middleweights. And then, see, it's right anyway, because if he really, how he should have put it is, if Golovkin wants to go after the other belts, right? If he wants to fight Jacobs again, the WBC ordered him to fight Charlo. He's not trying to do that. If he wants to fight any of the other middleweights, he has to go and sign on to Dazn. He has to, because the other three middleweights, you got Canelo, Danny Jacobs, and Boo Boo Andrade. Now, all these guys are belt holders, and they're all fighting on Dazn. And when Boo Boo Andrade, you might as well say that he has the first crack at that WBO title simply on how things went down, you know, simply, you know, because of Billy Joe Saunders and stuff. But guess what? You know, those are the three top middleweights. So he wants to, any avenue that he has to go and that concerns a belt, he has to go through Dazn. So, hey, checkmate. What do you think about Eddie Hearn and his comments? Please leave your comments below yourself. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.